Hey guys, how are you? Day three. I'm super excited about day three. Day one was all about SMD University. Day two was all about the baseline units of activity and creating the activity necessary and tracking it on a daily basis to help you achieve the goals beyond your wildest dreams. The reason that you and I both got started here. And so here's what day three is about. For those of you that were with Eli Wilhide and myself on Friday night, or for those of you that missed, I want to talk to you about the most significant enhancement to goal setting and goal achieving that I've ever come across. It's about be, do, have. For us to have the kind of life and achieve the kind of dreams that we want to, what do we need to do? And for us to do those things, who do we need to be? So it's about be, do, have. Have is about the goal. What's the goal? I'm about to pass out to all of you on GroupMe a tracking sheet that's going to help you with this, where we can list up to 6 goals. Then underneath each one of those goals, I want you to list out 1 to 3 habits that you need to do on a daily basis to achieve those goals. And then underneath the habits, what are the values? Who do you need to be? Because after all, we're not human doings, we're human beings. Who do you need to be? Remember this, the strongest force in the human spirit is to remain consistent with one's identity. Who do you need to be to achieve the goals that you've set for yourself this year? Let me give you a for example. Let's say the goal is I want 4 directs a month. That's awesome. Great goal. That's going to help you win at a massive level. Maybe you've had that goal before and failed. Maybe you've never felt comfortable setting that goal before because it was too big. It's totally doable. But what do I need to do? What are the habits necessary for achieving the goal? Well, maybe one of them is 30 baseline units of activity a day. Maybe another one is 8 confirmed guests per week. Maybe another one is I need to come up with 5 new prospects daily. So there's 3 habits I'm going to put underneath the goal of 4 directs. I'm going to put those 3 habits. Or maybe I've chosen a different habit. Now, lastly, who do I need to become to be the person that's doing those habits? Maybe where it says I am, maybe I need to become more hungry or more determined or more enthusiastic or more outgoing. So where it says I am, I'm going to list those. You've got up to 12 different values that you can list there, 12 different ideals of who it is that you need to become. Who do I need to be more of? Do I need to be more competitive, more disciplined? Do I need to be more enthusiastic? Do I need to be more charismatic? Do I need to be more determined or more certain or more confident? Whatever those values are for you, I want you to list them in order 1 through 12 and put them right next to the words I am. So then what do we do on a daily basis? We read our goals and then we look at the habit underneath the goals and we just simply score it 1 to 10. How did I do yesterday? Well, in terms of hitting 30 baseline units, I did about a 7. I fell a little bit short on that goal. As far as 8 confirmed guests, I got 2 confirmed guests yesterday. So that was pretty much a 9 out of 10. That was pretty much on pace with what I needed to do. As far as 5 prospects daily, I actually got 6 yesterday. So I'm going to give myself a 10 out of 10 on that one. So just simply remember this: awareness is the first step to change. The scoring of the habits on a daily basis on a scale of 1 to 10, all it does is makes me more aware. If I scored poorly, if I got a 0, a 1, or 2, or a 3, or a 4 yesterday, I'm going to be more aware today of my activities in that area, of the choices that I make, so I can become more congruent in the choices that I make today, so that they're more congruent with the goals that I want to achieve. Remember this: where performance is measured, performance improves. As I measure things daily, I'm going to get better at performing in those areas. Imagine if my goal was to lose 20 pounds and I weighed myself once a month. What are the chances of me reaching that goal? Probably not very good. What if I weighed myself weekly? Probably the odds are going to go up, but probably not good enough. But if I weigh myself daily, I'll begin to make the daily changes that I need to make in my diet, drinking water, exercise, what I'm eating, how much I'm eating. That's going to keep me on track, and it's easier to make those daily adjustments. So I'm going to score my habits on a scale of 1 to 10 so that I'm aware and so that I can make the adjustments daily. Then in a peak state, I'm going to, after I've read my goals, after I've scored on a scale of 1 to 10, then in a peak state, what am I going to do next? I'm going to read my I am statements out loud with tons of energy. This is not an affirmation. I'm not reading this quietly in my mind. Maybe I'm turning up loud music so people don't hear how crazy I'm going. And it would sound something like this: I am hungry. I am hungry. I'm hungry. And then maybe my next one is I am charismatic, I am energetic, I am enthusiastic. And each one I'm going to say 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times until I really feel what it feels like to feel totally enthusiastic, totally energetic, whatever your words are. And then once I'm done reading each one of those, and maybe you have 8 of those words or 10 of those words or 12 of those words, of who you need to be more of. What do I need to be more like? Then lastly, what I'm going to do is visualize. And you see at the bottom of the sheet, it says visualize. And at that point, I'm going to encourage you, once you've gone through your I am statements, to close your eyes. And I want you to picture what you have scheduled that day. Who are the people that you need to meet? Who are the people that you're going to interact with throughout the day, from your spouse and your kids or your parents or other family members or friends, colleagues and teammates in the office, to prospects that you're going to meet and for the first time, to people that you're going to call on the phone, to appointments that you're going to have or guests that you're going to meet. I want you to picture each one of those interactions in your mind. I want you to picture it going as perfectly as possible. The way you're communicating with them, your energy, how they're receiving you. I want you to feel what it feels like to have every one of those interactions go as best as they possibly can. I want you to picture yourself showing up for all of your meetings and appointments early. You're there 3 or 4 or 5 minutes early, and you're not rushed, you're not harried, you're able to drive the speed limit, you're relaxed and you're confident, you're prepared, and you got everything in its place. I want you to feel the feelings, what it feels like to show up that way for your appointments and meetings and to interact with people that way. And I want you to hear what you'd be saying to yourself throughout the day as your confidence is building, as you're enjoying the day, as everything you touch turns to gold. And what are others saying to you? How are they affirming you? How are they recognizing you? How are they showing their appreciation or gratitude for you? So what are you saying to yourself, and what are others saying to you or about you? How does that make you feel? How do you feel as each sort of task and event of the day is checked off successfully? What does it feel like? What does it look like to you? And at the end of the day, what does it look like as you're going to bed and resting and feeling confident in the day and what you've achieved? That's the last step, visualizing. It's about being who you need to be and doing what you need to do so you can have what you want to have. And if you take this process of reading your goals, scoring your habits each day from the previous day, getting yourself in a peak emotional state and conditioning that state, conditioning the state of confidence or enthusiasm, or conditioning the state of hunger or determination, you condition that state, and then you visualize your ideal day. You spend 10 or 12 or 15 minutes a day doing that, and then you go spend the next 10 or 12 or 14 or 16 or 18 hours of that day living out that picture and feeling the congruency of those feelings. Man, we're going to have an awesome day, we're going to have an awesome week, and we're going to have an awesome month. You combine that along with tracking your daily baseline units of activity that we talked about yesterday, and you combine that with SMD University this Saturday. Hey, we're just setting ourselves up for a great week and a great month and a great quarter and an ideal year, a year that might be fit to be called our best year ever. Appreciate you guys. The form is available on GroupMe. Put it to use starting today. Live your dreams.